You're being love bombed, hardcore. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, discard. Watch this video. Guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please click the little subscribe button and the bell to receive notifications when I release new videos. And if you've been with me for a while, thank you so much and welcome back. Let's dive into this. So we all have heard about love bombing, right? What does it look like? It means like tons of words of affirmation. It means texting you nonstop, love messages, thousands of hearts a day, roses to your house, crazy trips, buying you gifts, obsession with you, right? You are the most important person in their life. In fact, a lot of times this person has been pining after you for a really long time. And then they get you. They get you and you start paying attention to them. And you're like, okay, this is nice. I like this person. I like this person as far as what I think they are. This is nice. Now we're together. We're having intimate relations. We're going out as a couple. We're building our togetherness. And then one day out of nowhere, seemingly, they start devaluing you. They start to like criticize little things or not call as much, or where was that afternoon text I get every single day for 3 months? It's not there. And then ghosting. It's gone. Discard. What happened? So this is what I like to start to tell my clients that go through this, which is a lot of people, right? A lot of people go through this. It doesn't matter who you are, what life you live. It doesn't matter. It happens to the best of us, which will be in part 2 of this video series. But for this point, I want to say that it doesn't matter who you are or what's going on. It could happen. It's not your fault. And so you're wondering, like, how could this person want me so bad and treat me so amazing and then all of a sudden, no. Naturally, we'd think, what did I do? Did I do something wrong? Am I not aware of what happened? Did I say something the wrong way? Did I slight them in some way? No, you didn't. What we have to understand about narcissistic type people is when they were children, they basically had to annihilate their true authentic self because their natural needs weren't being met by being their natural self. So they had to create a false self. So because they created a false self, an idealized version of who they are, they're not confident. It's a false confidence. Understanding that will tell you about the next part, right? So if I'm having a false self and I act really confident and people think I'm really confident and I'm really amazing and I've accomplished all these things and whatever it is based on their false self, which is why they're never happy inside, which is why they need a ton of supply, which is why they will discard you. It's a trap because if you're not genuinely, authentically being you in the world and accomplishing as your authentic self and finding love as your authentic self, you'll never feel full. You'll always have a void. So it's never enough. Really understand this. So you're in this relationship and all of a sudden you're getting devalued. And then all of a sudden you're ghosted. You're discarded. You're like, what the heck happened? They wanted me forever. This person put me on a pedestal, right? I hear this a lot too. What in the world made them change their mind all of a sudden? Am I not looking good? Like I can't even say all the examples I get on a daily basis of this, but it all goes to the same chapter of this story, right? It's never your fault. What you don't understand about the love bomb and then the discard is that if I am false confident and I have an internal void that no one will ever fill, no matter what they are, when I finally get the object of my attention to like me, who I think is worthy, who I think will fill my void, you're not filling their void because no one can. And also, when the person that they put on the pedestal actually likes the person who they themselves know is unworthy, then you all of a sudden become unworthy because who in their right mind would like me? They must not be that good. Sounds crazy. They always want the next conquer, the next supply, because as soon as someone likes them and they don't feel that high anymore, because anyone who likes me must not be worthy because I'm not worthy, then they have to try harder. It's what they're addicted to is that challenge, that chase. And once you give in and like them, they're gone. But this is also why, which will be in probably part 3 of this video series, this is also why when you start ignoring them and giving it back and reminding them that they're not worthy of you, they want you again. This is the push-pull dynamic. You are pulling, they are pushing, you are pushing, they are pulling. This will never end. Breadcrumbing and then obsession. This will never end. Now, if they have new supply, they're not going to come running for you, but they'll want your attention. So I was telling a client the other day, I said, great, you see him at the gym a lot? Stop wanting to see him. Stop giving a crap when he's like playing games and flirting with other girls. Who cares? Just kind of look at him and be like, wow, right? Because who gets to treat you like that? You have more worth than this person. She was like, oh my gosh. But here's the problem with this is it creates withdrawals, because when we have to sort of do something to get someone's attention and then we get it, it's a high in our serotonin. And then they're gone, it's a super low. And then when they come back, it's a high again. So now you're addicted to this cycle. So you're going to have to do some work to stop being addicted by really telling yourself this cycle is happening because this is who this person is regardless of me. What my problem is I keep falling for it because I'm addicted to the brain chemistry high. This is a big deal. Really take this in. So the reason they love bomb and then get rid of you quickly, right? Discard is because they got you. They got you, so you're not worthy because they don't think they're worthy. The person who they put on a pedestal is a person that knows their worth and is hard to get. I can't even tell you enough how true this is. But I want you guys to do me a favor and check out my Inner Work 2 class. If you're wanting to dive deep, we are starting in June 5th, live with me, 90 minutes, 8 weeks. Deep dive into abandonment wounds, trauma bonds, and withdrawal. The reason we fall into these trauma bonds because we've had some traumatic bonding in our past. I call it the original trauma bond, which I'll talk about in the course. But if you have an unhealed original trauma bond of having to get that parent that's not available or conditional, we'll go deeper into it in the class, you are used to this experience. And if you've never had it and you fell into a trauma bond, it's because you've never experienced someone who has given you everything and taken it away. That's traumatic in itself. It's traumatic to have everything, all this affection, all this love, and then it's gone, and you're emotionally connected to them. That's traumatic. That's abandonment. So in my course, I talk about the abandonment wound because if we self-abandon to get their attention again, we're continuing the wound. If we can stay with ourselves and realize what's going on by learning about what these things really are, like having all the facts, having all the phrases and the wording. When I tell people about withdrawal, they're like, oh my God, I had no idea that's what it is. It's a chemical process that takes time to rebuild the chemicals in your brain and stabilize, right? So it's not your fault. You can't self-abandon when this happens, but you're going to want to. And so there's ways to stop doing this, but the first thing you need to know if you want to end these cycles is you have to go no contact. And it doesn't mean just not talking to this person or seeing this person. It means not thinking about this person, doing a pattern interrupt every time your brain goes there because you're dying for connection. You don't want to do Stockholm Syndrome. You don't want to go to the person that created this abuse to make you feel better because they're the one that created the issue in the first place. They're always going to recreate it. I would just tell you one last story. I had a friend who found herself in a trauma bond after a divorce, because what you want to never do is date someone intensely after a divorce for multiple reasons. I do reels about this on Instagram all day long. Check those out. But she did it. And he was like, all of a sudden ghosting her after he said, I want to marry you 3 months in. Also a red flag. Ghosting her. She finally was like, I don't understand. He doesn't care that I have a problem with this. He's making it my fault. And then they break up. And then she's having this withdrawal. And she's like, I have to get back together. I'm like, well, if you want to, you can. But know what you're getting into because he's going to do it worse the next time. He will love bomb you again and then discard you again. I promise you. And she's like, Candace, you're being negative. I'm like, or I'm being truthful. So what happens? They get back together. Amazing, passionate affair. Didn't talk to her for another week. She's like, we just reconnected and he said, I'm the one. Why is he not talking to me? I go, because you are amazing. He knows he just got that. He has no inner sense of worth. So if you like him, then you're not worthy anymore. So he has to go find something else. She went through this 3 times and she finally said, please help me. So guys, if you want a lot of help on this, please check out Inner Work. If you want to do something on your own, you don't have time to do live classes with me, shadow work. If you want to start from the beginning of it all, emotional rehab. If you think that you're wanting to do the biggest deep dive of your life, I am worthy. I have all these courses with all these different steps just for you. If you're like, Candace, I can't afford anything and I just need support, the Truth Room. Meeting me live 4 days a month for $47. Check all those options out. I want to make everything at different price points so anyone can actually get the help they need, along with all my free videos, right? But if you guys have any specific questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below and I will get back to you. I love you guys. Please hang in there and I'll see you in the next video.